positive attitude. That's what I have. It's what God gave me. It's a famous story that I know that many times I repeat this story, but it is about Rabbi Eliezer ben Rabbi Shimon Bar Yochai. One day he went riding in his donkey on those days, and suddenly he saw a person that is looks so weird, so ugly, unbelievable. I don't know how to imagine yourself that the one ear is here, nose like this, up down. Who knows what that trigger Rabbi Eliezer, the giant, the Kabbalistic, to try to say, what ugly person. Wow. This person turned to him and told him, hey, mister, this complaint to my creator. Yes, it's not us, it's our creator. Then he realized what mistake he did. He went down from the donkey and basically asked him forgiveness. And the guy didn't want to give him forgiveness. He followed him to the city. And he, all the way trying to ask him forgiveness. No, when he saw this ugly person, when he saw that the people from the city coming and welcome Rabbi Eliezer, and he told him, this is a rabbi that you're talking about. And people tried to convince this person to forgive. He said, no. In the end, he gave him the forgiveness. But the lesson is, it is nothing to think what we are thinking. It's what a creator, God Almighty, is thinking. The story of this ugly old person, this is, they say that he was Eliyahu Navi just to teach the lesson of Rabbi Eliezer, that we can reach a level so high and suddenly forget who is in control. It's amazing to think about it, when many times people coming and complain and crying and saying, and talking about other people. Think about it. When God wants to open is plenty, He will give it to anyone in a split of a second. If God wants to take it, He will take it in a split of a second. We know this. Now we are not, with this, especially with the media today and everything, you can see it. You can see it like loud and clear. But unfortunately, some people don't want to accept it. For example, some people don't want to accept the result of, some people don't want to really to accept bad relationship. You see, unfortunately, you see like divorce and abuse and all this stuff. People don't want to accept it and continue with the life. Connect yourself to our Chachamim. I know that we have a lot of listeners that are not Jewish and not religious, also not from that, nodding in the head and said, yeah, this guy is right about. But what we can do? The number one is basically, and I hear at Ramban that I love it, and I'm trying to read it every time, and it's here in front of my eyes here, and you can see it. And he said, when you're learning something, try to apply it upon yourself, especially when you learn that Musar, and you take the book, you learn how to behave, how to accept other people, learn how to think positive, learn to talk about good people, take a beautiful example from our Chachamim, from our sages, how to behave, how did people never give up, Never give up on a Jewish soul. Never give up on a regular soul. Doesn't matter if he's Jewish or not Jewish. It's like a creator. When and I'll jump. Noam Elimelech. This segment of Torah said about, and he's talking about when Adam and Eve was in the garden in paradise, Garden of Eden. Every, anything basically to protect them because they was pure. They were pure without any sin, without nothing, just pure souls. I would say pure figure. I don't know how they, as a physical term. Our Kabbalistic friend said there was a special, unique light around them and everything. They were a really different creature, let's call it, or human. And then when they sin, suddenly what God gave them, kutanoto, a leather clothing, let's say this. And or it's in Hebrew is skin or leather. And when you're talking about Parashat HaMetzorah, and Rabbi Noam Elimelech said that we have nega ba'or, basically damaging or wound and in the skin. And he put it like this, that basically we as a human, we created like complete with a shield from the creator of us. In the minute that we're talking a bad on other people, basically we damage our shield, meaning that exactly what happened with Rabbi Eliezer, is the ugly person. We talk bad about him, but it wasn't his fault. It wasn't his fault. So we basically damaged the creation of the Master of the Universe, and we talk bad about the Master of the Universe. That's why we get the damage in our skin, in our shield. Unbelievable concept. Because this, and also in Hebrew, you're talking about nega, and the same letters is oneg. Basically, you just in a minute, you just twist it with the wording, and you can, from nega, you can do pleasure, and from pleasure, nega. It's how you take the life and run your life. You can, yes, you can damage other people, but it will be affecting you immediately. People don't see it today, tomorrow, and day after tomorrow, but after 120 years, or even just less, you will see the effect. And it's scary. It's really scary, because yesh din v'yesh dan, we have a punishment, and we have a court. We all believe in the next world. We all believe that Kadosh Baruch Hu is the judge of Almighty, and give you the what we are deserved, what you are deserved. You're doing good, you will get good. We're doing bad, you will get bad. It's not we have this, the report we have to give in the end of our life or before. I know that the famous story of Chafetz Chaim tells story that he saw a person that really behaved so ugly and did so many crazy stuff in his community. And he passed 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. He didn't see it. Like he started getting somehow, and I think that he wrote it, that he started feeling like, where is the punishment here? Where is that's something that has to stop him? And it took him 40 years to see. I would say that I don't want to call it the revenge or the punishment of this person. 40 years to see this person get his part in this world, and I don't know what will be in the other world if he has zchuyot. Many times we're looking about people that, thinking, oh, we can get out of this, we can get out of this, it's something that's very, very, uh, okay, what we did, I just took from my friend, I just stole from here, I did here, I damaged my friend reputation, I did all this stuff. But we have to understand that will come back to us. It's not just a kind, going away. יש מידה כנגד מידה. We have this in our life. We are part of this world on what we are doing here. So the learn right now that we're talking about, that this is our opportunity to learn and to apply upon ourselves, to learn, to be good to other people, to talk good, to help others, to see the only things that good for the klal. Even you don't think that is your friend or this is good enough for you, try to find a good point about his life, even if it's Russia. And I know from my personal life that it's not so easy. It's not easy. But as Tomer Dvorah said, the הרמ"ק, רבי משה קורדוברו הקדוש, זכר צדיק וקדוש לברכה, try to be learning from the 13 midot of the Creator how to behave for other people. This is something that tough, but I don't know if it's impossible, but it's possible. It's possible to imitate and to work on it. This is our life. One day we want to say that we try to do something. Definitely is not something that easy to do. Definitely not in our society that everything around us is negative, talking negative about other people, negative about the life and everything, and the demanding here of our life is become so crazy. It's not enough that you have 2 shirts, 3 shirts, 10 shirts. You don't enough that you have this car and this car. You don't. It's not. Nothing. It's enough because the media and what's around us, the business world, is basically pushing us to the edge. Everybody wants you to be exactly the other. Everyone wants to show you that if you buy this, the billboard and on the street, the LED flashing, all this stuff, show you how good it look like on your end, what kind of watch you will need, what kind of TV, what kind of fridge. Everything is like compared to other people to bring you the gorgeous lady or girl, that's one of actors or something like this that look like billion dollars. And if you buy this, you will be like me. Yes. If you buy this, you will be like me. Yes. Definitely. And this is what we falling here, and our children and these people, and I would say that from close, knowing them from very, very close. Believe me, nothing to be proud to be like them, nothing to imitate them. It's called celebrity. Nothing. The only thing I would say that if we as a human, as a normal human, to imitate, try to imitate holy people. Try to imitate Yosef HaTzadik. Try to imitate Moshe Rabbeinu. Try to imitate Chacham Ovadia Yosef. People that basically broke their physical to spiritually, broke their own desire, I would say, to the klal, to bring us what we are here, to bring up to this point that we can say we are Jewish. We are Jewish, belong to the Jewish nation, 3,400 years after we got the Torah. And we didn't change nothing from the Torah Kedosha. We didn't I would, political correct and our Torah Kedosha. We didn't do it like the other, our friend that just twisting every single that from the Torah Kedosha. Erase sentences, put over there, things that is not existing because it's their own desire, not because it's true, because it's on. And they, politicians, I would say some of them, very, very good politicians, and right now they're changing whatever is convenient for them. You have so-called temples for single. I don't know, single gender, what do you call it? I don't want to use the words, Yes, it's existing in Torah that people has desire to the same gender, but it's not allowed because you're born with this, and this is your task. You're born with the desire to steal. It means that you're allowed to steal. You're born to this desire to women. It means that you have to go to do whatever you want. This is the animal concept. It's not the human. The human, we got the word choice. The free choice. You go starving in the street and you smell the barbecue from McDonald's that is only 99 cents a hamburger. But you're Jewish, and you cannot eat it. So you continue. Starving. You don't find nothing. Go, continue miles. You don't see nothing. You don't eat it. This is the spiritual against the physical. You're not animal. You're not a dog that you just smell something and you just jump on it. This is test. This is our test in life. God give us, each of us is a different test. And the most difficult stuff that you cannot resist, this is your test. Again, this is talking to my friends and to myself also. Many times I have things that is really difficult. And I know that I fail. Many times I fail, yes. And many times I succeed. Not easy. But I know that I'm wrong. I'm admit it. I'm not going to say that to hide it. I said, oh, right now it's allowed me. And last week we had here a rabbi from Chabad, and we spoke about it also, about the concept, for example, of people that become politicians as instead of community leaders, that basically hiding the truth to bring people to their community services. For example, a lady that wrote us the text that she used to drive to the synagogue every Shabbat for years, and nobody told her nothing, until one day the son of the rabbi told this lady, you're wrong, you cannot drive in Shabbat. And she approached the rabbi, and Rabbi, why didn't tell me? He was studying. This is something that we have to understand. Are you say the truth or not? This is the choice of this lady to drive to the synagogue or not. But you have to supply the material, the truth. You have to supply the laws. It's her choice to drive or not. It's her choice to be Mechalel Shabbat or not. But you have to tell her that don't come and say, you know what, God will forgive you. It's okay. Don't worry. And I know the stories. This is wrong. You have to tell the people the truth. Yes, you have to accept them. True. You have to accept the people that be, trying to be close to you. You don't, you don't tell them, what to do, but you have to show them that they're doing wrong, and it's their choice, yes or not. You don't push them out. That we adults, we have our choice, and don't make the choice for me. We're talking about every time that I see that people talking about in the news, all this stuff about things, when they trying to think instead of me. Why? They can tell me I'm enough reasonable person to understand the situation. Don't try to think instead of me. Show me the evidence. Give me give me the laws, and I will make my choice. I can search, I can doc that, and that's why here in J-Root Radio and my personal life is Asel Harav. Asel Harav, basically create a rabbi for you, make a rabbi for you. Go and consult one rabbi. Make your rabbi as a rabbi. Yes, you have to check very careful what is the background of this rabbi. You have to check what is thinking, who is there, because unfortunately we saw a lot of faulty so-called rabbis. But when you see they're true one rabbi, and they're working with the Kadosh Baruch Hu, working and according to the laws of Shulchan Aruch, and not trying to either finagle to cheat the system in order to bring you close to this, to his pocket or to his desires, something like this. Just stay over there and make yourself close to him and be loyal. And Be'ezrat Hashem, you know what? As we say always, En od milvado. Yes, this is the En od milvado. Always positive, thinking good about the universe at all, about other people, thinking good about the people that are around us, and not be stupid and naive. You have to be smart enough to understand. And I remember, I recall a conversation with Rav Yekutiel Abachatzera, and I asked him, Rabbi, you know that many people around you, you know them that are not so clean, let's put it like this. Some of them were criminals, some of them, not so clear, let's put it like this. How come you're so positive? You say, people coming, I said, Nissim, I learned from my grandparents and from my grandfather and my father that you have to be judged for favoritive each person. Be melamed zchut. Maybe it will be better next time. Maybe it will be less criminal after I meet me. After I bring a blessing. This is what the approach. And Be'ezrat Hashem, I would say that we have to imitate this tzaddikim, and we will see only besorot tovot. I would say that we will join back to our Machaneh Kadosh, a pure camp, I would say, pure land, and instead of the land of diversity and 70 years of this will be the land of the Jewish nation, the Jewish religious, according to the halakha, according to the a sense of humanity, that we just and don't stab each other. When Be'ezrat Hashem just will see then the Bet HaMikdash b'me'era temple built in Yerushalayim, Mashiach ben David this year, the 70 years of Am Yisrael, not Am Yisrael, sorry, the state of Israel, and we join together with all our brothers and sisters over there, Be'ar Bait. This is something very, very, very optimistic, and I would say that Be'ezrat Hashem, really, just only besorot tovot. I want to thanks to all of you. Thanks to all people that helping the station and working with the station together. That to establish this organization, to establish the synagogue that we have. It's not simple. Really we need your help. And if you have some idea how to help us, please text us. The number is 347-927-8398, 347-927-8398, or just email us or go to the website. Just donate, do something. Please, we really need you. Thanks to all the people that behind us is Nash Express, Milbes and Shuk, Orel, also vegetables, the couple from Sige that went to Lakewood, all the drivers that's driving, bringing food to the needy families. There's Aaron and Osher and Gili and Itzi and all the other guys, and Sarah and Yaakov and Michael and Rachel. Only בשורות טובות. And I was at Yariv and Vered and Eran and David, basically all the people, and Ruvi, the Ilan from Olive Trees, all of them, and Matt Counseling, Pinchas and Sarah and Abigail and Ellison and Benny. Wow, David. Great, long list to all the people, and the Rabbi Moshe Mayor, and the Rabbi Dr. Simcha Cohen, and all the people that basically running the show. Thank you very much, and we will continue our regular program. Thank you.
Kosher food. So I just wanted to test you. If you really eat kosher, if you really keep